Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of In the Garden with Mr. Elrod. So, I've actually had several students asking me about a garden update, and of course, we've been in the winter months, so really no point in making a garden update. Not that many people watch these videos anyhow. But now that we've got this coronavirus going around and springtime is coming about, got a little extra free time, it seems like. So I had some great ideas today while I was sitting in church, um, thinking about some of the things that will be coming up in the next couple of months. So I thought I might share them with you, some of my ideas. So as you can see, the yard looks pretty horrendous. Right, got a lot of weeds. Clearly, I didn't do a good enough job taking care of things. I was planning actually on putting down pre-emergent into February, but February in Georgia was really warm this year, so didn't really get around to it in time. And so really no point in doing that. So there's no new developments here in the garden, just some ideas that I had, thought I might share with you. So come along with me on this journey and visualize the improvements that'll happen. Okay, so these are all spaces that you are familiar with if you've seen some of my garden videos. We've got the compost, um, we have raised bed 1, 2, and 3. Last year, this was the space I made for the kids, little play area for them. So we've got the chalkboard there, we've got the sand pit, and then really I wasn't sure what I was going to do with the rest. I did buy some strawberries towards the end of the season, put them in that pallet. Those did pretty well. Interested to see how those will do this year. But I've got some interesting ideas for what I'm going to do in the springtime. So, as you can see, things look pretty ratty right now. Plan is in the next couple of weeks to start cleaning some of this up and get ready to plant. As you can see, I went through all of my raised beds and kind of just churned up the soil, got most of the weeds out, got most of the debris out, so we can get ready to plant. That back over there has not been cleaned up because I just haven't gotten around to it. My pool that I bought to cover the sandbox got broken, and so I've had to quit using that, and that sand pit got full of water, so I had to drill some holes in it to let the water all out. But anyway, I have this idea for how I'm going to change some of the space up. So, let me tell you about that. Maybe you can visualize it with me, and then I will take you along on the journey this year as I start to make some changes. The next change that I'm going to make is I'm going to add another raised bed, and so that's going to be in the form of this pool that I purchased last summer for the kids as a cover to the sandbox. So convert that into a raised bed, expand the space of my raised beds. I really haven't decided what I'm going to be planting this year. So obviously do some tomatoes for my wife, do some cucumbers for my son, and then probably just go to the store and see what seeds are available, and kind of just choose at that time. I really don't have any idea what I want to do. So I'll be obviously moving the compost that's there. So in the next couple of weeks as I'm getting things ready, what I'll do is I'll transfer the good compost that's in there to the different beds. I'll probably go buy some potting soil or some full dirt, not full dirt, but topsoil, and then some manure. Plant and throw those in the raised beds to add, and then of course enrich the nutrients of the soil, and then improve that space as well. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is talk to you about the idea I had for my kids. So I told you I was going to move the spot that my kids are going to play at into the space over here. So you'll see, here's the house, the roof that we had last summer. So the sun rises from over here. So clearly, I guess this is the east, kind of over in that direction. And it pretty much just follows along this trajectory throughout the entire day in our backyard. So really there is no shade in our entire backyard throughout the entire day. So that can get kind of hot. It can get frustrating for the kids if they're trying to play. And so what I'm going to do, is thinking about, is you can see that little cubby corner over there to the left beside the what do we call that, the rain barrel. So If we walk over here, you can see the blueberry bushes over here. They're starting to green up a little bit. I've already put a bench back there that had been over in the little play area before. So this looks like it's a pretty nice sized space. I think it should provide the kids with a nice area they can play in, and plus it'll be shaded throughout most of the day because the house will provide the shade. Now obviously later in the day, as the sun comes across, this will get nice and sunny, but it won't be hot most of the day. It'll provide a fair amount of shade, I think. So we have this spot here for the kids, and so like I said, I think that it should be shady most of the day. I'll probably wait until it gets sunny again just to make sure that it does what I think it does, and it provides plenty of shade for the kids. Anyway, so my idea here is I will move the sandbox somewhere over in here, and then what I'll do is I'll cover the space in pine straw, put some tarp, not tarp, but put some of the gardening cover on top of it to keep the weeds from coming up. Probably put a border of some kind. So in that space right there, next to the rain barrel, probably put some bricks or some retaining wall blocks, something like that, across there, just to provide a nice barrier border to define the space. Throw the mesh down, and then put some pine straw on top of it. It should make a pretty easy cover, and then put the kids' sandbox back over in there, and then more than likely try to provide them with some extra things to play with over here, so that way it makes, like I said, a nice space for them to use during the summer. Alright, so that's really the only update that I have. Like I said, we're just now into the middle of March, so really not a whole lot going on in terms of growth. So I figured I'd just give you that update to let you know what was going on and some things to expect. And as I progress with those different projects that I talked to you about, I'll bring you along so that way you can see how it turns out. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and as always, I hope to see you next time.